Alright, back out here with the screw jack project. A couple times during the week, I've had it in there for 2-3 days. I just took it and shook the bucket a little bit with my foot, just to kind of stir it around a little bit, in case there was any air bubbles on there or whatever. So let's see what we got. I'm going in. I did the rod too for one of the other ones just to see how that would work. Looks good. Oh yeah, beauty. Looks real good. Set that there. I got the screw. You can see that red paint now pretty good, but it's all loosened up a little bit, which is good because I'm going to take it off anyway. Alright, I'll put this on a flat surface and do some cleanup. Alright, so it took the rust off pretty good. There's a few spots here, actually, it literally wipes right off. It's really black. It's got this coating of stuff on there, but even the stuff that looks like rust, I don't know if you guys can catch that in the light there. It actually is loose. The rust is off, so we're in good shape. Inside, no different. We're in good shape. The paint is just sitting on there, so that's good. It kind of loosened that all up for us. I didn't expect that to happen, but it's a welcome addition. I'm just going to take some water, start just rinsing it off a little bit, and then we'll go to scrubbing in a minute here. And again, you can see that one was originally red on the top. This looked like it was black, I said in the last video. And that stamping there, it's got some kind of insignia, 011. So I don't know what that's from, what that means. Serial number, model number. Well, now it's dirty again. Alright, try that again. Just surface junk. It just has a black coating all over it. I'm not sure what that is, but it comes off pretty easy. You wouldn't want to paint probably directly on it. You really do want to clean it up afterwards. What I find interesting about this one, it looked like the original that went with that other jack, but it has the slot cut in it like it's for one of those, you know, regular hydraulic jacks. I wonder if this was a found piece and they just put it together, or if it really had that slot, and I can't imagine what you'd use it for on these types. What's neat about the dip is, you know, it got inside, it got everywhere, so it's all the corners that you wouldn't get if you were going to just do this with a wire wheel or something. And again, I'm going to spend a little special attention on this area here because it has the maker's brand, American Scale & Company, Kansas City, Missouri. 1.25 by 8. So it's just kind of neat if it's got something to say. Make sure the detail shows through. It's kind of neat to have it on there. Possibly I can figure out a date from looking it up on the internet, or you know, something about the manufacturer at least, when it could have been manufactured. And again, here I'm getting black paint off, so that it was originally black. Just gonna rinse, keep rinsing, because it's drying pretty quickly. And it is a porous surface, so I'm going to have to watch out because most likely it'll also flash rust. But I just don't want it to suck the dirt back in. That might affect my adhesion on the paint coating that I put on. Don't want the dirt going backwards. Alright, not bad. There's just some little bits here and there that didn't come off 100%. I'm just going to give those certain areas just a little more. You could re-dip them. If you re-dip them, it's going to, now that you've got all the bad stuff cleaned off the outside, it probably wouldn't take but a few hours to get the rest of that, but I think it's good enough. Also, you could sandblast this, bead blast this. I'm just doing it in the easiest way possible. or what I consider to be the easiest way possible. Alright, now I'm just going to let it dry for at least an hour and then maybe paint it. See how things go today. I am concerned about flash rust, as I said, because that's a porous surface and the water will keep coming out of the metal from inside. If you could also put this in an oven, heat it up to a couple hundred degrees, boil off the water, bake it out of there, but I think it'll dry quick enough in the sun here. Maybe sun's coming around, it's morning time, so maybe I'll be alright. Okay, back here with the jack. So I do see a little bit of, if you look at the light brown there, I don't know if you can tell, but it's actually flash rusting already. It just takes minutes. It's unbelievable. I can see one thing. I didn't get it completely clean. I still see a lot of stuff there that if I was to go with a sandblaster or something, I would be able to get that clean, but I'm not sure if I'll go that far. This screw part, I don't want any paint on there, and I don't want any paint in the threads because it just will make it gummy and hard to use. So I just used masking tape, wrapped it up. I'm going to start just upside down, and I'm not a big user of primer, but in this case I will. I'm going to use some self-etching primer. It's supposed to have a little bit of more. A true self-etching automotive type primer would have actual like acid in it to help it get into the metal. Being that this comes in a rattle can, I don't think it really has that, but supposedly it's supposed to etch, and that'll give me good adhesion. Before I get into it, I just found another marking here on the base. 11 something 4, 11 omega sign 4. Don't know what that, if that corresponds to. Oh yeah, 110 or 4011, 4077. Don't know what that means. Just gonna let that tack up just a little bit before I flip it upright. Alright, move the camera so you could actually see the thing. The last coat I'm going to put on a little wetter than the first. This is the last coat. Now where do you set this thing? Uh-huh. Yes, I did. Okay, gave that a little bit of time to dry. Of course, I never wait long enough. Let that tack up a little bit. Oh, gonna run it. Gonna run it. Alright, the good news is the weather's decent today. Very low humidity, so it is easily drying and tacking up very nicely, which is good. It's basically like glue already. Unbelievable. Which that in real time was just about 20 seconds. And I'm just realizing the wind is shifting, and I'm getting overspray on things I don't want to. Alright, that's about good for that. I still have to, of course, get the inside, but I think I'll let it dry pretty much completely before I go for that. Alright, I got it pretty much, paint's pretty much dry on the outside. I just tipped it over, let it rest on that. It's not really tacky anymore, so I think we're good. I'm just going to try to get this edge real good, because then whatever you have it sitting on, if you have it sitting on concrete or something, it doesn't get a rust ring, so I want to put it a little heavy on that ring there. So I'll start there. And then I'll just paint the inside, because if you're using it on dirt or anything, it gets pushed up in there. And could rust it out, I suppose, over time. Don't get on my camera. Let that tack up and I'll give it another coat. Alright, I'm going to try to flip that just to make sure I'm getting the rim evenly. Make sure this isn't wet paint. And I didn't. So it's a good thing. Oh, and I didn't get under there. And that whole ridge either. So now I got to redo that part. I think I'm going to leave it at that.